Okay, so for my project, I created a tic-tac-toe game. I started with importing the pygame library, and then I created all my variables. So basically setting up the variables for the actual like board for tic-tac-toe, because that's the game I created. I don't know if I said that yet, but I created a tic-tac-toe game, and all my variables pretty much set up like what like I've got the width of my board, the height, the rows. So I have 3 rows, 3 columns. Um, so square size is the width of the width of the board columns. Line width is 5. So I basically created how big I wanted my X's and O's to be, the color of my board game. So I made like the board color black, the line color white. I made my circles red and the crosses green because I figured that would be pretty easy on the eyes to see. I'll show you an example real fast so you can see. So basically, I've got, O, X, and then when you get 3 in a row, you win. So diagonal line, that's the winner of tic-tac-toe. And then so how I started this program going was I created the screen. So basically the screen is just the outline of this game right here. So excluding anything that's going on inside of the game, this just creates the outline that I'm working with. And then I created the caption of the game, which is tic-tac-toe at the top. And so to create the board, I created uh, I've got my columns and my rows. So for eye and range, basically that means that this board game is set up to iterate through the rest of the program, everything I have defined, all my loops. This board's set up to iterate through all of that information in the program. So it almost like starts you with uh, a clean slate in a way to iterate through everything inside the program. So after that, I defined how my lines are being drawn. So again, iterating through um, the different parameters I set for the lines. And the lines being like these white lines right here. This is defining basically how I created these lines. And then for the figures, same kind of thing, using a for loop or an if loop to create my circles and then my X's. My X's were kind of tricky to create because I got the first, like, because, it's obviously 2 lines crossing each other. So the first line I was able to create, and then I had to do pretty much the opposite to make the other line um, make a cross, basically. So I had to go in here and edit some stuff and just mess around to try and figure this out because it's pretty much, so you look at all this right here, this is all the different parameters of how to make that line work and the space that it's um, given. So you have your column times your square size plus space, row times square size plus space. And then like, for example, for this one, to draw the other line in my X, I had to do column times square size plus space, row plus 1 times square size minus space. So it's basically like adding and subtracting to get it to flip and create your X and go the other way. And then after that, I defined how the winning lines are drawn. So you have, you could, depending on what the user inputs into the game, uh, the winning line can be in a column or it can be in a row. So if it's in a column, that's going to draw a vertical line because, the columns go like this, the rows go like this. So you draw a vertical line for the winner, depending on, you know, if it's in a if it's in a column or a row. Then you have like your horizontal line is winning depending on where the user puts the X's and their O's. And you can have diagonal down, diagonal up. It really just depends on what square you click on, and this defines that. And then I defined how to check for a winner. So basically, again, it goes through a for loop to check and see, to basically run through this loop over and over again to basically, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Determine what kind of winning line you're going to get. So it checks for a winner, and then based on what's true, that's the type of line you're going to get. So you're either going to get vertical winning line, horizontal, diagonal down, diagonal up. And this part of the program is going to run through that to return the winning line, basically. And then this command, draw lines, basically just allows the program to run and to run through all of this information right here, or just everything that's in the program. It that's like just the command to, okay, like go, like run through it as the user clicks his mouse, like run through this program to determine a winner. And then so this is a one-player game. And then, because, I guess you could have somebody sit next to you and click where they want to, but it's set up as a one-player game. So basically, if nothing can be done in the game, if there's nothing else for, uh, if all the conditions are met already, and there's nothing for the game to run through or loop through, then obviously it's game over. So like if you have a draw, then that's game over. The no line's going to be drawn, and it's a draw. So the game can't loop through everything in the program anymore. So that's game over. Or if it's game over as well when somebody wins, because then there's nothing else the program can do more. But the while loop is running through. It'll just keep running over and over again as long as the program can still, as long as this is still true, then the program can just keep running. So basically, like for example, like event dot position 0. So that's basically just marking like a coordinate on the game. So like if you click here, like if the game's still going and you click here, then it's true. So it goes again. The game keeps going. So then you click again. Hey, guess what? It's true again. So it goes again, and it's just marking different coordinates, and it'll keep doing that until there's a winner. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Very simple program that I wrote. I had spent a lot of time on it though. It's just pretty hard to create, but I'm happy with it. So yeah, thanks for checking it out.